Hello, and welcome to our first episode of Mosquito Bites Live of 2022. Can you believe we're already in March? Again, my name is Pablo Cabrera with the San Gabriel Valley Mosquito and Vector Control District, and welcome to Mosquito Bites Live, our first episode of the year of 2020. I'm really excited to have a good slew of guests here today. So stay tuned as we get a bunch of people on board with us today and have a great conversation on all things water conservation. I see you all joining, so I'm going to go ahead and start to bring you guys on board. Once again, this is Mosquito Bites Live, all things water conservation. And I'm just bringing you guys on board. I see you guys, just getting you on board. Hey, Mosquito Guy.
Hey, Pablo, how's it going?
Good. Nice to see you on a nice green screen there.
Yeah. Well,
So
thanks for
we're
having
getting,
me on.
yeah, of course. Well, thanks for joining us. I'm just getting our other guest here.
Okay. Well, while you do that, I guess I can fill in the rest of the viewers jumping on that Mosquito Bites Live is actually a great way for us to build bridges to our partner agencies out there. So today, for this episode, we're going to build a bridge to the world of water from mosquitoes and vice versa. And with our special guests that are coming on, we will take you behind the scenes into the water world and how it meshes with the mosquito world. And especially with spring right around the corner, as Paulo just mentioned, spring officially starts March 20th? Holy cow, that's next week.
Yeah.
So we're revving up into warmer weather, as if we haven't already. But mosquitoes are going to start flying out. We're going to have a lot more concerns regarding water use outdoors around our homes. And it doesn't help that in Orange County, they already detected West Nile virus. It's in in March, which is really unusual.
Right. Well, thank you so much, Levy, for that great introduction. Again, this is Mosquito Bites Live, and I'm joined by, we now have a Instagram live room. This is the first time we're hosting this many guests. So we're super excited to have you all joining us and tuning in. As you tune in, feel free to throw any questions or a hello in the comments below as we go through this live. I'll be monitoring our conversation here, and I'm going to go ahead and let my guests introduce themselves. I have the Walnut Valley Water District. If you guys want to go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Hi, everyone. My name is Jillian Keller, and I'm the management analyst here at Walnut Valley Water District.
Hi, everyone. My name is Stephanie Fu, and I'm the Senior Outreach and Design Specialist at Walnut Valley Water.
Awesome. And really quick, what area do you guys service in Walnut Valley Water District?
So our service area includes Walnut, Diamond Bar, portions of Rowland Heights, West Covina, and City of Industry.
Awesome. And then I'm also joined by the Upper San Gabriel Valley Municipal Water District. Do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hi, everyone. Nicole Delgado with the Upper San Gabriel Valley Municipal Water District. I'm the Government and Affairs and Community Outreach representative, and the Upper District is a wholesale water district, and we represent the greater San Gabriel Valley region. And our main goal or purpose is to replenish our local groundwater basin, and then also promote conservation and introduce education programs. Thank you for having us on.
Yeah, thank you. And Nicole, what area does your water district service?
So I actually have a map back here too. It's San Gabriel, Temple City, Baldwin Park, Almani, all the way down to Covina, West Covina, Glendora, and then La Puente, Bassett, and a lot of unincorporated areas too within the greater San Gabriel Valley. Also Monrovia and Doherty and Arcadia.
Well, again, thank you to the both of you for joining us. And then we're also joined by the Mosquito Guy. Do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself as well?
Yeah, people call me Mosquito Guy. My name is Levy's son. I'm the communications director. And I work with Pablo at the San Gabriel Valley Mosquito and Vector Control District. And I sometimes run into Ada Ease, our mosquito character.
Yes, Ada Ease is on her way back from her travels in Jacksonville, Florida. She was wreaking some havoc in Florida for our annual conference, the American Mosquito Control Association. So be sure to check her out on her social media channels for all the fun that she was doing out there. So once again, this is Mosquito Bites Live, where we're talking all things water today on this episode, and I'm joined by the Walnut Valley Water District and the Upper San Gabriel Valley Water Municipal District. And we're going to go over a few questions and just have a casual conversation in regards to what we can do when it comes to water conservation. So our first question is, what is the biggest misconception about the world of water? Walnut Valley Water District, you want to go ahead and take this one?
Yeah, definitely. I'd say the biggest misconception is just how great tap water is. Water districts throughout the nation have a workforce of water specialists, from chemists, analysts, operators, and more that are dedicated to ensuring the quality of our drinking water. Here at Walnut Valley Water District, we're dedicated to meeting the water supply needs of all of the communities that we serve. First and foremost, clean, safe, and reliable drinking water to your tap 24/7 is our top priority.
And also in California, we get all of our water from the same source, but we don't. And for instance, like in Southern California, our water comes from multiple sources, like the Colorado River, the Delta, and snowpack.
Nice. And Nicole from Upper District, do you want to answer the question?
Yeah, I'm just touching on that. Same thing, water quality. Our tap water is very safe to drink. A lot of people try to drink bottled water and not realizing that tap water is inexpensive, it's affordable, it's very safe, it's tested multiple times a day by your water retailers, and it basically takes it costs 1 penny to get that water delivered to your homes. And so we just want to reassure everyone. I have a little water bottle. We have like water bottle filling stations all across the San Gabriel Valley. So you could fill up your reusable water bottle, and when you're on the go, just trying to encourage everyone to do that. And then they mentioned different imported water sources. We have Colorado, and then State Water Project water. As a wholesale water district, we import our water from Metropolitan Water District, who then gets it from up north from the Bay Delta. And so, and we use that water to replenish our groundwater basin. But fun fact is Metropolitan Water District was entered into, they received second place in a taste testing contest. It was an international taste testing contest, and they won second place in how good the tap water tastes. And in previous years, they were like first place. So, and they based it off like odor, smell, the look of it, and then the taste. So your tap water is safe to drink and it tastes good. So just throwing that in there.
I will say, ever since I learned about how safe tap water is, I've become very dismayed whenever I go to a store and say Costco, and people are walking out with case loads of bottled water. I'm thinking, no, you don't have to do that.
I know. Yeah.
Well, that's really good to know when it comes to our water in our areas, that it's very safe and very clean. I think mosquitoes would very much differ from what we would prefer when it comes to drinking water. As we know, mosquitoes are looking for stagnant water, something we, of course, would not want to drink at all. Do not drink any stagnant water. But knowing that our water that we're drinking and consuming is very clean, provided by our water district. So thank you for that great information and dismantling some of those misconceptions. Again, this is Mosquito Bites Live, and I'm joined by two water districts that service the San Gabriel Valley. And we're going over how to be water wise and water conservation. So we went over the biggest misconception about the world of water. And now my second question is, what do you think is the biggest hurdle in conserving water around the home? And I'll throw this first to you, Upper Water District.
Yeah, I think the biggest hurdle or challenge is keeping consistent water conservation habits, especially in terms of like really rainy periods, like what we just experienced in December when we received a lot of rainfall, which typically we don't. Droughts are cyclical in California, and especially Southern California in our region. And so, as most of you all know, in the news where California is undergoing a serious drought up across the state. And, San Gabriel Valley is no different. And everyone is asked to conserve or reduce their water usage by 15%. And I think a hurdle is just, trying to find like habits that are consistent, or installing water efficient devices in their homes, or finding helpful resources to, get residents encouraged to start conserving again. And so Upper District has offered a series of programs and resources. So for example, we have landscape classes that target like drought resilient landscaping or herb gardening. So we have those classes available. They're all virtual now until June. And then we also have a Water Smart Home program. So basically what this program is, and anyone's eligible if you live within the San Gabriel, in our Upper District boundaries, but we install water efficient devices in the homes of our residents. So we just encourage, I know Walnut Valley has like very similar programs that they're offering residents, and we're just constantly encouraging residents to take advantage of these rebates and incentive programs. So.
Very nice. And Walnut Valley Water District, do you want to go ahead and add to that?
Yeah, definitely. I'd say the biggest hurdle to conserving water around the home is just not knowing where to get started. Like any home improvement project, it can be really intimidating or maybe kind of overwhelming at first. But that's what water professionals like us at Walnut Valley Water District are here for. We're here to help our customers begin their water savings journey where it makes the most sense for them financially and time-wise. Also similar to what Nicole was saying at Upper, we offer tons of programs to help our customers get started. All of that information is available at our website, which is www.wvwd.com.
Yeah, and just adding on to that, like another big hurdle to conserving water is just understanding how much water is needed to run common household devices and irrigation systems. Just by reducing the use of these devices, it will pretty much reduce a considerable amount in a household.
Nice. And a special shout out to one of our viewers, our trustee here at the San Gabriel Valley, Trustee Menchaca from the city of San Gabriel. Thank you for tuning in on our Instagram live here. And you guys gave some really good information in regards to some of the hurdles and challenges that people might face when it comes to water conservation. And it's very similar, and Levy, I'm sure you can agree, when it comes to mosquito prevention. People sometimes feel overwhelmed. Like you mentioned, they don't know where to start when it comes to mosquito prevention. And like you mentioned, Nicole, it's about having these healthy habits, making it a healthy habit. We always like to say, when you're throwing out the trash, doing a quick inspection of your yard, if you see any stagnant water, because we all have busy lives where we're going a million miles a second sometimes, and we miss, that one water source. I know I'm guilty of that as well. So making those healthy habits as part of our daily lifestyle. So again, this is Mosquito Bites Live, where we're talking all things water, and we're joined by two great water districts that service the San Gabriel Valley, and we're talking all things water conservation. We went over some misconceptions when it comes to water conservation, and we just went over one of the biggest hurdles that people might face when trying to conserve water in their own homes. Which this now leads me to my third question is, what are your top 2 tips when it comes to water conservation? Walnut Valley Water District, do you want to go ahead and take this one?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'd say my top tip is to identify and fix leaks. So leaks really are a silent water waster that can quite literally be all over your home. Once you find them, you can easily start saving water by repairing those leaks. Some of the common leak repairs that you can do are toilet flappers, hose sprinklers, and household faucets.
And another tip would be choosing a landscape transformation. Almost 50% of water is used outdoors. If every homeowner with a front yard made the switch to drought tolerant and California landscaping, it would make a huge difference in protecting our water supply and saving water in our local community. And it's also okay to start small. You can save a lot of water by simply switching out your high water use devices with water efficient devices.
Nice. Great info there. And Nicole, what are your top 2 tips when it comes to water conservation?
pretty much very similar. I mean, we're coming up with Fix a Leak Week. Fix a Leak Week is next week, which is EPA sponsored, nationally sponsored week observance, and they're easy repairs. You could do them. There's so many tips out there. We have a website that has a lot of videos, helpful resources for you to check and find leaks, and then actually repair them. But like several facts, I just want to mention. Irrigation leaks just the size of a dime will waste nearly 6,300 gallons of water a month. Old, inefficient toilets can waste up to $13,000 gallons a year. And then a shower head that drops just 10 drips in a minute wastes more than 500 gallons per year. So as Walnut Valley had mentioned, switch out those old, inefficient devices around your home or outdoors, and then replace them with EPA water sensed devices, water efficient devices. And then my second tip is most of your water usage is used outdoors for landscaping. 70% is used outdoors landscaping. So it could be big. I categorize them in different tiers. So you could either plant drought native tolerant plants, or when you're sweeping, cleaning out your driveway, use a broom rather than a water hose. And then for a second tier, I would say, if you want to install a drip irrigation system or a smart irrigation controller, you're able to regulate your water schedule. So that will be good. It'll reduce water runoff. And then if you could participate in a turf replacement program, that would be great. The rebates are available on bewaterwise.com. I know that might be a little daunting because people are like, how do I start? How do I just strip my lawn and then make it drought tolerant? There are lots of helpful guides on bewaterwise.com. And everything's accessible. So just these different tips that you could use, they range from big to small. And that's some of the tips we have.
Although, can I add on to that?
Yeah, of course.
So I heard two things that I think really stand out. If people really want to start looking at conservation and staying bite free, because I know we all hate mosquitoes. I haven't met someone who actually loves mosquito bites at all. So first thing I heard was looking at any leaky faucets. They are also a silent growth source of stagnant water, and making sure that whatever you're doing outside, definitely take a look around. According to one research, it takes just 10 minutes a week of walking around your property for you to identify and eliminate any stagnant water sources that could result in mosquito growth. Second thing, and we're big proponents of this, is California native plants. If you go that route and you convert your Jurassic Park yard into something that's actually conducive to this climate, you're actually going to see a lot less mosquitoes, because mosquitoes really want to escape our SoCal heat and then go anywhere where there's dense vegetation. If you eliminate all that dense vegetation that's not native here and you go California native, it actually brings more air, more life, and is also great at increasing biodiversity of all the insects here, which will then push out a lot of these mosquito issues we face. So definitely look into some of these programs at your local water district's website, and also Be Waterwise.
And they're also, Levy, I know that's something we've been working on a lot, is they're drought tolerant as well. And I know that's something our water districts will greatly appreciate, is that you're conserving water, reducing mosquito habitats. So it's a all in all one great way to do it. And again, it's not a daunting task. It might sound like a daunting task, but it's very simple. The water districts have such great information and resources on how to get started. So be sure you're checking their websites on resources that you can do to be more drought tolerant in your yard, and then hopefully as well reduce the mosquito population in your yards and not have, like Levy said, these Jurassic Park yards in our neighborhoods. Again, this is Mosquito Bites Live, and we're talking all things water today, about water conservation and ways that we can be more water wise and also prevent the mosquito populations in our areas. We talked about some of the misconceptions when it comes to water. What was our second question? The biggest hurdle that people might face when it comes to water conservation in their homes. And we just went over two great tips actually 4 in total, and I would say 6, six, including the ones that Levy gave us, has ways that we can be more water wise and hopefully prevent mosquito prevention. And we see all the great comments of people chiming in of the great information that we're giving. Again, be sure to check out our water districts here, the Upper San Gabriel Valley Water District, as well as the Walnut Valley Water District for more information in regards to all of that. So that brings me to my final question, which is the fun question that we've all been waiting for. Is we like to end these always on a fun, light note. So if you were a water saving device, if water saving devices can be spirit animals, which one would you be? So Upper District, which one would you be?
I already mentioned it. It was a smart irrigation controller, the weather-based controller. I think it's phenomenal. It's like minimal. Yeah, it's like it does the work for itself, like it speaks for itself. So not only does it adjust, the watering schedule based on whether the temperatures outside, whether it's cool or hot, but it also adjusts the schedule based on plant type and soil type so that you have in your yard. And then, like as Levy said, it eliminates excess water, which leads to less breeding grounds for the mosquitoes and less, like fewer puddles. So that would be my spirit animals, the smart irrigation controller.
Nice. And what about you, Walnut Valley Water District?
Yeah, I think Nicole made a really great point there with how weather-based and irrigation controllers can be a really great spirit animal for saving water. So I'm going to say, sticking with the outdoor landscape theme, a self-closing hose nozzle. Those are super easy ways to save water outside. It makes it really easy when you're washing your car or when you're watering your plants, not to let that hose just run. So yeah, I would say a self-closing handheld hose nozzle.
And mine would also be a weather-based irrigation controller, just adjusting the watering schedule based on the weather. And that's very helpful when it comes to getting that watering schedule in place.
Yeah.
Awesome. Those are some great spirit animals, I think we would all benefit from as well when it comes to water conservation. Again, this has been Mosquito Bites Live, where we talked all things water conservation with the Walnut Valley Water District and the Upper San Gabriel the Upper San Gabriel Valley Municipal Water District. I always want to say mosquito and vector control when I say your guys' name. Again, with so much great information in how we can be more water wise and conserve water in our areas. And this is just a preview, even though this has been a great conversation, just a preview of what's coming next Thursday at 11 a.m. Next Thursday on all of our social media channels, Facebook and Twitter. Our Bite Back Tour, Be Water Wise, Be Bite Free, will extend this conversation and have more in-depth information in regards to what we can do to be water wise and bite free in our communities. So make sure you tune in next Thursday at 11 a.m. on Facebook and Twitter. We'll be having our live Bite Back Tour focused on water with our 2 districts here. So before we disconnect here, Upper Valley Water District, do you have any final words you'd like to leave our guests or any more information?
I would say Fix a Leak Week is next week. So we have a series of activities planned for everyone to get everyone excited about chasing down those leaks. So take advantage of them. I put in the comment section upperdistrict.org. I think I misspelled our name, but upperdistrict.org. And then there's a Fix a Leak website that there's a bunch of resources, a bunch of tips, a bunch of activities. We are giving out like free swag bag and conservation items, to get everyone motivated and, create little incentives for everyone to fix those leaks.
Nice. And what about you, Walnut Valley Water District?
I'd like to encourage everyone to follow us on our social media platforms. That's the first place we post all of our landscape workshops, Fix a Leak Week information, as well as other rebates and water conservation programs. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, so go ahead and give us a follow.
And also, in celebration of Fix the Leak Week, we do have leak detection workshops upcoming for this Saturday and also next Saturday as well.
Awesome. Really great stuff coming your way. You guys, both water districts are always doing some great outreach stuff and great initiatives for people to learn more about how we can be water wise. Being water wise isn't just conserving water. There's so many other elements and different things people can do. Libby, do you have any final words for us as well?
I'll just say that if you're with any organization that promotes California native planting, smart gardening, or even water conservation, partner with us. We have shared message of just getting rid of mosquitoes and making and building healthier communities across San Gabriel Valley.
Awesome. Thank you so much to all of you for joining us. This was, again, the first time we've hosted this many people on an Instagram Live. So thank you for being a part of this first big room that we hosted on Instagram Live. And be sure to follow our water districts here for more information and ways you can follow up with any questions you might have about your water district and things that they're doing. And again, be sure you tune in to our Bite Back Tour, Be Water Wise, Be Bite Free, next Thursday at 11 a.m. on Facebook, on our Facebook and Twitter. We'll be live streaming, and you can ask us more in-depth questions into some of the stuff that we talked about here today. So until next time, this has been Mosquito Bites Live. We'll look forward to our next episode, and until then, we'll see you guys soon. Thanks, guys.
Bye,
Thank you, everyone.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.